There's also a lot of crap. Because it puts a false sense of failure into them. Where those traditional schools is bullshit, man. What are you actually teaching them there that they can take into their world now and educate and learn and grow and benefit from? Nothing. Very little. It's very little. They get hurt, they get abused, they have to do stupid shit. Just like I told the military. See, and that's a problem. That is a very big problem. Yeah. You have to first get this idea of racism out of your heads. Both sides. The whites I've put in their place. But God help me if I say anything racist, and that's why I'll fucking say it. Because you know what? I've actually got freedom of speech. Right? You fought for that. Did you not? ANC? Did you not fight for the very thing you have stripped the white people of? Yes, you did. Okay? Now, I couldn't give a fuck if you've done that. Because that's not my point. Because I'm not a victim. Okay? I won't allow myself to be a victim. Which is what you have done to yourselves and then replicated across your whole nation. Not just black people. All of us. None of us really have that self-confident, victorious type safety net within that it says a lot of the first world countries have. You know, there are places in Africa, okay, that earn less money than us, that live a better quality lifestyle. Okay? The only people that have fucked that up is us. Right? Because we made certain choices. And because of not because we made certain choices. Listen, please. Because you need to keep up. It was the fact that you had to learn how to not keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Because that is what fucked you up. It wasn't the fact that you made a mistake. It was the fact that you refused to move past it. And you went and made the same conscious choice every second of the day for the last 25 years. Okay? That is why we are where we are. Okay? Right? The moment you took power, you could have killed off all of these fucks. The ones that are putting their whole nation at risk. Because they do what happens in the Middle East now. The Broederbond. Because I'm gonna call them out now. Because there are a lot of Afrikaans people that are getting targeted. That I've had to raise up. No, working with them in the spirit. Those times that I sleep like that, and when I do, look at what the time is. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please understand what the time is. There is a lady in Tokyo that I'm interested in. See, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when she wakes up. So do you see what time it is on our side? Yes, it's 2. Okay? So when stupid people, like people that are supposed to be my own family members, not that I've ever had family in this country, because I haven't. Okay? Now you'll understand why they hate me. Because you see who these people are. And even when the whole world has recognized that at least one man grew a pair of fucking balls. Look at the women standing up everywhere. Look at the women. I'm not talking about the little girls. I'm talking about the stars of heaven. Okay? Like Reese Witherspoon, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Madonna. These are women. Okay? There's a big misconception because most of you men are so emotionally immature that you cannot actually mentally handle being around an older woman. Not a woman. Let's get that straight, a woman. Because intellectually, you find that you're a bit incompatible. You see how freely I talk to these ladies. Right? Do you think that they get upset with me? They don't like it? No. So I'll explain why I do it. Yes, I enjoy to flirt with a woman because I'm single, number one. I need to point that out. Otherwise, people assume I would do that in a relationship. Okay? I would not do it in a relationship because it would dishonor the person, period. Thank you. So, yes, I get to the fame and stuff. Yeah, okay, I've had Taylor Swift the last, and again, like, what I've got now, right, I wouldn't trade for the world, which is what I'm living. I'm living that saying now. I've had to turn my back numerous times on the whole world, very publicly, which is a requirement. Any friend of the world is not a friend of God. That means there's going to come a time where you would have to make certain decisions. Now, this is where I come in on your behalf, yet again. Now again, you know the rest. But I'm going to actually mention it this time because I don't usually do that. I'm not Jesus. I'm going to never want to say. Okay, so I'm supposed to check the fact that my line has gone off and you've done nothing about it. Huh? Nothing. Nothing. That's the thanks that I get from you, ANC, for everything. Do you realize that when I did what I did in the start of this whole saga, I ended you, right? You were finished. You were finished. Through my intervention with my dad, through my intervention, I was able to give you a platform to re-earn your name, to re-earn your place. Right? How many people would have done that for you? Hey? I didn't even ask you. I did that. And then you go and fuck it up again. But this time, I made sure that there was enough support, which there has been. You've run into us a few times, and you've lived because we've allowed it. Understand, there is a vast chasm between us when it comes to skill at war. Right? Okay? There isn't a war. We took control of your country. Done. Very quickly, and we did it in a way that you wouldn't know, that you weren't aware. Public. Had we not done that, it would have been chaos in this country. Chaos. Chaos. Now, let's see how far I've got. See? This is what I'm stuck with. At 2 in the morning, when this line should be pumping 40 megs plus, 20, 35, 40 megs, and I'm being really... So you tell me, Mr. Ramaphosa, you tell me now, okay? Human being to human being. Human being to human being, right? If you cannot even secure your own telecommunications, then how the hell are you going to run a country? How the hell are you going to run a fucking country? The truth is, you can't and you won't. You'll fuck it up. Because you are not eligible to run it. Sorry. That is logical reasoning. In this country, it seems that most logical reasoning is gone. So why bother? Why bother? That is the message you send out every single day when you support the regime that you are currently aligned to. You need to understand that when I speak to you, I read your heart like this. I know you. It's part of who I am. Okay? No one else can do that. No, they can't. There are others that have words of knowledge and this and that and this, but there is only one that can read your heart. It's the same one whose spirit speaks to you in your mind. I don't understand you. I really don't get you, Cyril Ramaphosa. I don't get how people like Sharice are even allowed to make phone calls to John. That's how nonchalant you are. You know that not one of you fucking ISPs that have heard, like the big boys, have offered to open my line for me. Let me use your line so you can also be a part of this. You realize that? You know what that looks like to the international community? Because here in South Africa, you think, no, this is the upper echelon. Michael Houses, you know, the Rodines and St. Stillians, and, you know, all the people that sit there in the top jobs that fuck up every day. Thinking that you are so fucking great, that you are so fucking awesome. Because you live in a country where more than 70% of the people have been purposely regressed. So the IQ difference is so vast that naturally you would be able to draw legitimacy from something like that to fulfill your own petty insecurities. Right? But that's the story of your country, you see. The country that couldn't help itself. Okay? So what better place to send me, of all fucking people, but to fucking South Africa? You realize that by even England, even fucking England, the great puss England, that you think is so loyal. You know that I even get rejected from England because I'm adopted. I don't qualify for an ancestral part. Oh, sorry, you don't because you're adopted. Sable International. Do you want to know what that feels like? And yet, I do that for your fucking king. Right? So if you want to understand, no, now you'll get it again. You won't understand what it is to go through what I go through every day. One of the few joys is that I get to minister to certain people. Okay? I like working with people. I like working especially with women, because they are more emotionally intelligent than a man. Yes, women tend to fall in love with me, become sexually aroused around me, because they experience a different aspect of a male. The vibration is different, the conversation is different, and the feeling that is left after I've imprinted my energy onto them through our conversation. See, how would I send Madonna something from here right now? I would say something to her based on the level of knowledge that I have of her heart. It would be something tailored to her that would initialize certain reactions, things that would start to heal parts of who she is as a woman, where she is in her life, all of the stereotypes and stigmas as she's growing older now. Then this is the worst possible time for a woman. This is what you dread, is this type of age. And yet look at her. Look at her and tell me that her body isn't regenerating. She is going to regenerate as God is my name. I'll show you. Because Dad hasn't released the name yet. I asked for Madonna. I love her spirit. I'm not asking for sex or anything like that. See? And that's how I get to talk to Madonna like that. And she likes it. It does something. Not maybe something sexual or whatever. It gives her a warm feeling in her heart. And that's how I get to actually physically touch her from here. Okay? And like I said, it's based on very specific things. Because that's who I am, naturally. I enjoy to see people grow. Do you see Eminem? So half of you don't even understand how the Western world works. This is where we're at, ANC. It's not a racist thing, it's a serious thing. Because if you're going to want to run a country efficiently and effectively, there needs to be an average IQ level. Okay? You need to deal with this. Because you're going to run this country into the ground and end up like Zimbabwe. And that's not apartheid's fault. Okay? Like I said, the type of logic and reasoning you are using, that is what a child would do. It really is like that. Okay? We make our own choices. When did you stop making choices for yourself? Because that is what you are saying. That is the message you are sending out, that apartheid has still got victory over us. And because of apartheid, we have not been able to do certain things like maintain the infrastructure of our country. Our GDP is fucked. We used to have the strongest GDP. There was a time where we were only 2 or 3 or 4 rand away from the pound. Okay? Look at where we are now. That is serious. That is a sign of gross malpractice in the financial sectors of the Thule House. Okay? This is not me asking you. This is not me wanting some sort of order, chair, or you racist, bro. Like, this is crap. Okay? We're living in the 21st century. The whole world is watching us. So for people that don't know this yet, maybe it's time you start telling the fucking country. Okay? You go and tell them. CNN, Sky News, BBC, Al Jazeera. You'll see messages from you in Russia and China. Okay? You go look for my initials, JG. You see how many number plates have changed to JG or GGJ or GJ. And you'll see, dude, there is a lot of people in this country. The whole world is watching us. Have you not noticed the upgrade to the SABC's presentation desk area? It looked shit. Okay? It looked shit. Look where we live. Okay? Because we are the people of South Africa. You fucks that sit at the top live in the lap of luxury. Untouched by the law, controlling everything. While we literally, dude, our locations are bad. You think a reservation in America is bad? Our locations are bad. Right? Have you seen what Diepsloot looks like? Diepkloof. Huh? Have you seen the state of that place? Yet how many people stay there? Huh? How many people in Soshanguve have to go without power? Because you're pumping it into some of the more wealthier areas. Because that's what you do. Because that's what you have to do in a situation like that. Sorry. Because logically, the wealthier areas can get taxed more. They pay more. They carry all of the wealthy people here, the middle class, and the top end of the middle class carry everybody else. That's how bad it's gotten. Okay? Like, if you want to go down that route, right, you could work it out as numbers, and it's not nice. No, the first thing is a bit white, and it's because we're so fucking no, you are. I'm over this shit. Look on the fucking news and wake up. Right? I don't want to be like one of you fucking people. Sorry. ANC. Because it's not, no, it is, there's a lot of you. 95% of South Africans are battling with this. I'm still battling with it. The rest are dead. Okay? Because the one fucking thing that we still haven't really gotten over is what the fuck actually happened in 94? Huh? What the puss happened? Because shit now is fucked. In 94, shit was cuck. But it wasn't fucked. Right? Like, what the fuck? Do you think the colored kids want to be standing on street corners selling drugs from 6 p.m. in the evening to 6 a.m. in the morning? You tell me what they must do to make money. Huh? You tell me when you have nothing and you come from Delft and you go for a job interview because somehow you're going to get there. Because you just got money for taxi or a car, or you are limited to the jobs that you can walk to. Because that's what you're saying. Then you get there and you tell them that you're from Delft. Do you think you're going to get that job? No. Because this type of attitude has spread into every part of our culture. Because unfortunately, even though we all like to feel separate, we have a culture called the South African culture. Right? And it is not a race-based thing. It's a culture, collective-based thing. Okay? It's severe, ANC. Because what's really happening here is you do not have the sufficient understanding or wisdom to correctly manage a country. Okay? I don't even need to prove that anymore. The last 25 years is your legacies. That is your legacy. Not apartheid's. Yours. Yours. You were given the keys. You could have arranged a coup and taken these fucks out. But you didn't. So what happened? Because how did apartheid by Mkondo Isizwe. Because that is what happened. Apartheid bought Mkondo Isizwe. What happened in Sharpeville? What happened to that spirit? Where we stood up and said, fuck you. How did you buy that out? Because that is what's happened here. You realize that Malema is changing. His energy is different. This is Julius Malema. He's the fucking monkey baboon of the fucking courts. Because he gets choked out and causes order chair. It looks, if I did it, I would look like a fucking idiot and baboon monkey myself. Right? This is beyond a joke. That we cannot say these things without going to jail. I saw Julius Malema a couple of days ago sitting with a blazer on. His whole speech has changed. His vocabulary has changed. Imagine that. I've just started working with him. My parents have been doing the rest. Imagine that. This is the first person that stood up, that's still alive. Thank you very much. That stood up and said, fuck you people. Fuck you. This is bullshit. You know what he actually said there? He said, I will not compromise who I am as a man to fulfill your agenda that requires one to do that. I mean, what are you going to do to him? Because I need to prove a point here. Because this is how you hold this nation captive. Avia. See, they've programmed you in a very serious manner. Part of what I'm doing here is showing the rest of the world what I am doing to them too. Okay? Do you see where they had you, Malema? Because the truth is, no matter what you want to tell me, I know how you felt. I know the insecurities you had to struggle with because you were black in South Africa. And even though the country is yours, you still can't find a sense of identity. This is an attack. Now, the fact that you don't know about it, okay, isn't because you're stupid. It is because that is an attack as well. Okay? See, if you knew about it, this was done in Egypt. This same tactic that they used. So I'm going to explain it to you. And that's how you'll understand that all live in locations. Right? That is like a jail. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. The money situation in South Africa has to change. You can't have somebody working an 8-hour shift and you give them, what is it, like 4,500 or 5,000 rand a month. Some stupid number like that. Right? It's done. There will be a reworking because I know just how much you put your hands into the fucking cookie jars. There will be a 20,000 rand a month, which is normal and gets you by. You can afford a flat of maybe 5,000 or 6,000 at the most if you're one person, right? Our groceries, the price hikes on our consumables are ridiculous. Coke has fucked us through our arse. Nobody realizes. Yes, I saw that Coke. I want the 500 mils back, please. Thank you very much for stealing from me. Yes, it's a tactic that they steal from you. They make you pay the same for less. Think about it. Because they can't make you pay the same for more, or they can't make you pay more for the same. They can't make you pay more for the same, so they make you pay the same for less. Okay? The fact is, you get taken for a fool because of an attack that has happened. A psychological attack. Okay? They locked you into certain things where logic is just not there. Like, how the hell does Jacob Zuma stumble on his words where he can't count? If they know that he can't count that high, then why isn't it written down in letters and not digits? Think about it. Because I can promise you, when that happened, if you think that the rest of the world only look at him and no one else, you're wrong. They label us all like that. That's a South African, some fucking rural kid or some uneducated whatever the fuck. Right? And that is exactly what we look like to a first world country. Okay? When we behave this way. Yes, when there's war and riots and shit, that's different. Right? But before that, so America, your police are out of line. There is massive, massive racial fuck-ups too. This is the counterbalance. Now, I'm not asking you, okay? So let's get that straight as a baseline. And it's not only black people. There's Indians that get it. I can't call you Native Americans. I'm sorry. I'll call you Indian. That's what I'm used to. So I'm not going to allow you to force your shit on me, and I won't force my shit on you. Okay? Because that's projecting your wada. I can't live like that. I need to be free to be me. This is not a race thing. Right? You're not this Indian or that. To me, you're an Indian. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Really, this is crap. This is the type of mentality like a 7 or an 8-year-old has. Okay, so we need to get past that. Right? Like, we have names for each other already. Right? You have black people. You have white people. You have Mexican people. You have Indians. Right? In India and in America. Okay? Okay? Not Native Americans or Native. They were Indians. Right? That have their own culture and their own shit. But if they can't even own something as simple as this, then they're not going to ever own their culture. They'll always feel lost, like the rest of us. You know? The Arabs or the Saudis, that's what we've got. Just because you feel that way or perceive things that way doesn't mean I'm going to have to live under that in order to accommodate that. Because that is ultimately avoiding you that makes you feel that way. Right? I love black people, you know that. So, I mean, anyone that questions that, there isn't. But they also understand that I know how to hurt people. And if you hurt me, I will say whatever the fuck I want to say. Especially now. Especially now. Before you guys had me well hidden. Now the whole fucking world is watching. The whole world is watching. You've all noticed it now. You noticed the things with Taylor and you noticed the things with JG everywhere. Yes. So understand where I'm at. Okay? Because you are a judgmental nation. Very judgmental. Okay? Very condescending. Very quick to become opinionated about something or someone. You don't know me. You don't know my past, my story. Okay? But I can tell you with a level of certainty that there is not another human on this planet that will juggle world affairs the way I do. So before you open your third world mouths and accuse me of being a druggie and a maliki and a this and a that and wanting to put me in freaking a mental ward for a year, right? Do you understand, Ramaphosa, the shit you are causing in my life now because you are incompetent in what you do? This is not a fuck up. This is you attacking me now. Okay? This is you attacking me. Do you understand that? Do you grasp that? Is my English clear enough for you? If you think you're just going to fuck me over, Ramaphosa, you're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. I am not going to do what I've done for this fucking country and this continent and have you fuck me over and simply label me as a racist or this or that or what the fuck ever and brush me under the fucking rug. Fuck you. Fuck you if you think you're going to do that to me. Right? Fuck you. You're only just becoming aware, Mr. President, that we are very much on the same page. And that's your level of perception, not mine. Because you will never be on the same page as me. Ever. Okay? Ever. Because you are not God. You are not the Godhead. You are not the Godhead. We are. I've shaken, yes, we've used some propaganda to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But we have, I, God, have shaken this entire planet in many ways. Right? In many ways. If you don't think that I have made friends and brothers and family with very awesome people, and a lot of them, then you are too stupid to fucking see it. Your hawks, and you see, this is maybe where I make my mistake, is where your hawks should be listening to every goddamn phone call that comes into this house. But maybe you're too stupid to do that, or maybe you're just too bought off. We know now that there's been a year and a half where you've done fuck all to stop human trafficking. Knowing exactly who the fuck is who. So again, I will put that question out. When? When did the ANC buy out? To the apartheid government? Because that's what's happened. If you don't believe me, go look at where your people are. Because I'm a whitey, right? In your land. That's the truth. That's where we have to start to mend this now. So I will start and I will make the first step forward. Right? I'll do that and things like that because I don't have that insecurity anymore. I don't care if you call me racist. See, it's at the point now with this fucking country. That's what I am getting frustrated with. And even that, see, I can reverse that back immediately because it's not this whole country. It's certain individuals that are locking me into this situation that I'm in now. 15%. So at least it's a bit quicker now. Thank you to whoever. Sharice calls here makes my life a living hell. Right? You misunderstand, Ramaphosa, that, and I'm speaking to your handler too, whoever the fuck you are. You don't send me a letter. So the disrespect there is noted. Understand now clearly, I am fully cognizant of who I am. Okay? Fully cognizant. If you do not think for a second that I will take my vengeance on all of those that fucked up my puss on my ascension to the throne, you're wrong. There's going to be payback, motherfuckers. Remember that. Every time you see them scream at me, shout at me, abuse me, they target me. Have you not seen that? Yes, you have seen that. Let's just make the world aware of how they work as a unit. Because they're not exactly normal civilians, are they? No, they're not. So they will work as a unit. The first one will say a code word and then start the attack. Shortly after that, the second one will do something based on the first one's attack. Right? Yes. I'm not stupid, you cunts. But I promise you, there is no one on this earth that is going to justify the fact that you've kept me here. And God help you if you use my father's name. God help you. Well, that's different. There is some. There's a reason I'm still here. You need to get your shit sorted. Right? There are radio stations that are doing this shit. Those presenters are still there. Something's wrong. Okay? The world are looking to us now. Right? Okay? What are you going to do? Just let them go. Right? Enough is being done to prove what I was saying. Okay? A year and a half down the line, you're looking terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. As a country now. See? Right? Certain things will change naturally. Slow again. Like your petrol prices will go up. Things like that. There'll be price hikes. Because you kind of need to understand who's standing in your midst, South Africa. I want flyovers like you were doing for me at a stage. I like my military. That's why my Air Force base is here. Right? Maybe while Zuma's sitting in jail. Because guess what? It came true. Yes. How many of you saw what I said, huh? I launched an assault against Zuma. I said, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. That's what I said to him. I did the same to King Goodwill Valentini when he wouldn't stand up for his nation. I approached him humbly. The Son of God. Right? Too bad, so sad. I'm white. deal with it. Do you want to know where I'm at? I actually don't even want a body like this. That's where I'm at. You still hung up on skin color. I don't want this heavy fucking flesh. I want a construct, an energetic construct. You can experience vast amount of energy in a body like that. A vast amount of energy in a body like that. Okay? So that's where we're at. That's how much I think of a human flesh suit. It's a suit, it's a little mech for you. A training wheel. Nothing more. So all Kelly's teachings, you can scrap that crap. Okay, because again, it divides you. Anything that divides you is not from me. No, it is. It is. So, let South Africa that all listen in and want to be part of this fucking resistance like it's something like a game. There's a reason I said that the white people should back off. Okay? Because you guys are genuinely not ready for something like this. You think you are, but you're not. You're not. Okay? I would know. If you've heard my story and you know what I've gone through, I would know. Okay? I would know. You couldn't last 2 seconds in a location. Right? Most, maybe Pretoria West, no, you don't understand. Right? You go to a nice place like some places in Soshanguve, maybe. You go to places like Tembisa, Mandela Park, Phase 4, Mumps, Bra. You wouldn't last 2 seconds in a place like that. Die Kloof. Okay? These places are disgusting. They are unfit for human habitation. They are unfit. But we have a very unique situation here. You see, South Africa. So when we can actually stop and get over ourselves as a nation, guess what? Guess what? We can start to think as a collective. The truth is, with what has happened, the government owe us certain things, actually. That is how they make right. That's how places like China are going to start to do things. That is their idea. Because they are working with my parents now. See? You are the stupid fucks that somehow still don't fucking get it. You bloody fucking stupid. Because even you fucking Afrikaners in all your glory, your bullshit tactics affected your own brains too. Like, do you enjoy living in fear, Afrikaner? I wonder how many of you know by now. Because I see my street address there and wada. You lack a bravado. You want me to do the crops. You want me to hit your crops like I hit your crops there when I was at House Benjamin. Yes, your crops all around there started dying. Do you see what time it is now? Taste neighborhood tunnies. They think they know me. Like Renata and fucking Lynette. People that come and say, oh, he's up late because he's on drugs or some bullshit like that. Because that is an attack. Okay? That is an attack on me. And you don't want to be attacking me, ever. Because when you attack me, you attack my army. My army, right? My private army, my special ops army are not human. Okay? That is my elite guard that are around me all the time. They do a whole bunch of things. Okay? The human armies get to be a part of that now in a very real way, and things have become very interesting lately. So the government have actually picked up. Hence, media agencies now having more freedom. Huh? Soon you'll probably see Julian this and they did, yes, wait, they have started doing that too now. They're using Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, because that's just a coincidence, right? The very statue that's outside there is a picture in Taylor Swift's fucking music video. No, because a lot of shit happened, man. I don't think she's some super spy. To be honest, let bygones be bygones. Okay? Let bygones be bygones. She made 2 albums. I know I touched her heart because she's a fucking different woman. Okay? There's things in those albums that she said that only I would know. So yes, I touched her heart. The truth is though, when your king calls you, you come. When he goes silent for like 8 months and says fuck all, then you definitely were never his queen. And that's okay. But with the level of fuckery that you people do to people here, to regress them to a childlike state, so that you can have superior intellect and manipulate your way through everything, it's coming to an end, boys. I told you. Remember how I used to be mommy daddy the whole time? Huh? Now you know why I was like that. Now you actually realize you don't even know who Julian is anymore. Because he's not the same person. He's not the same person. He has matured. He's evolved. There's so much that has happened. And he's replicating that. Not just here, worldwide. Worldwide, people are feeling different. And not because of me. They're feeling different because of something that's coming from within that no one can fucking take from them. To understand clearly where this is at, South Africa. Because there's a lot of rich businessmen, fucks, that could be doing shit to stop this. As for your occults that are supposed to understand the times and this and that, well, Jesus Christ, you fucking failed. Miserably. Miserably. You're lucky that you're not part of my house, otherwise judgment would have come down hard on you. But it comes down on my house first. Well, I was born in Afrikaner. That's what I was told anyway. But yet again, I wouldn't really know. Yes, Mr. South Africa of the 1960s, Danny Beetger. He was famous for dating a black model called Bubbles. And then he apparently shot her and shot himself. Like my mother shot herself. Yeah, somehow she lived. She had 2 holes in the side of her head, under her eyes. The mother that was just one day there and then gone after like a year of being there. I don't care. Because again, the truth is I have had a father. The feeling that you get from having a father, I got that too, right? I've experienced my father my whole life. It's you people that can't grasp that because you haven't had that. Because you are not the begotten Son of God. Sorry, but you're not. So now you know that comes from somewhere in China. China, specifically China. So there is still a traitor there. I will find you soon, sir. Because he knows the times. You see, because China are also pretty much, there are people there that are higher than me. How's that? I'm still learning from them. That's how far ahead of everybody they are. Okay? They don't need war. Okay? The war is so far gone that I wouldn't even explain it to you. Because it would actually just bring up more hurt and pain. You wouldn't understand why I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to unpack it for you so that the thought processes can take place. So that healing and restoration can happen. There's a reason why Kung Fu and the whole fucking thing exists. Because China, Japan, Korea. No. You'd have to come up with a united name. Because the names have all got stigmas. And works against your identities. Think about it. Everyone looks up to China there. The whole collective. They look to China. Because that's like I said, China's the big brother. Maybe I've got it wrong. No, I feel quite strongly about this. And then it's Japan, and there's a bit of competition with Korea, but Korea know ultimately that Japan would crush them. But Japan feel a sense of what? Failure, because they were the superior race at a time. They remember, this is what I'm getting, dude. It's called infinite wisdom. They had the samurais that were feared everywhere they went but again, it's a limiting tactic. It's much like the Broederbond. Because you're requiring the other person's perspective to empower you. Imagine that. It's the equivalent of woman abuse, actually. Psychological abuse. It's severe. And it leaves scars. Both leave scars. So that longer than it's bullshit. Both leave scars. Horrible scars. Now I can't cut out everyone's tongue, but I will definitely start to make martyrs of men that hit women. Okay? We'll probably make a few mistakes in the beginning, but there is going to be a line, because there are women that abuse this, that go and would punch the man and push the man violently, hinging on the fact that he's not allowed to hit me back, which is cowardice. If you're going to aggravate someone like that, a guy, and you don't hit him like some women do, and we all know that, and he smacks you back, welcome to the real world, girl. Okay? No, because I wouldn't ever get that far with my woman. There's one woman like that, Joanne. I've seen her name. It was an Afrikaans woman, and I said I'd never fucking date another Afrikaner in my life again. They're just not. And then I met Annika. So, that's kind of true, right? But there's a reason for that, because it's not there, baby. A lot of people have wanted to send me money from overseas. I created the PayPal account to show them, and then they left it. Because my father says you. So it's no. And if we need to go to a homeless shelter, then we'll go to a fucking homeless shelter. We'll start looking for a job. That's probably what we need to do. But that would suck. Because we're keeping people busy all day, every day. And it would really suck to have to work after all of this in a job here for minimum wage. Especially after what you have done to me purposely throughout my life. purposely. And if you don't think that there has been an agenda against me from Dr. Ladikos till now, you're wrong. Okay? That is why they will not give me those records. That is why. And again, to the first world countries, no, not even. This is where it's getting to. Sorry, South Africa. Because people even in Swaziland and Zimbabwe can see it, and you can't. That's part of the reason you find the animosity, that bitterness towards people from either Nigeria or Zimbabwe, because of your own insecurities. Because the Zimbabwean doesn't have the accent thing, and the Nigerians, their intelligence. It's because you've got no identity. Because you've never really tried to build your own identity, to create one for yourself. You didn't know how. It just, whatever. Who cares? It's here now. Do you realize, South Africa, how blessed you are to have me in your country? Do you think all these, the troops, all the interests in your country would be here now if I wasn't here? Think about that. Then go look at my name everywhere around. G, J, Johnson & Johnson, everywhere. JG. Yebo gogo. Khosiyami. So again, like I say, right? It's time to get your shit together. Because that's what I've done for you. Again, Ramaphosa. Again. Because if you are letting shit fly like this and you are not standing up and saying screw you, then what the fuck are you still doing in cabinet? Huh? Get the fucking assholes out of there. If they are too stupid to do the job, they are too stupid to do the job. Sorry, mummy. Okay? That's not a racist thing. That is a clever, logical step to raising the intelligence of your cabinet to a level that is required to maintain and sustain our society. When you get to a police station in a country that is multi-languaged and a policeman can't speak English but only Zulu or Xhosa, that is unacceptable. Right? Like, unacceptable. It shows the lack of intelligence overall. Okay? Now, the thing is, you've got the DA too. So it's not only the black people. Because the DA very much runs the ANC. So, in what world do you want to be associated with a country like this? Because if you think that America look here and don't see you first as the white people based on their own grid of reference, then you're wrong. Because they look straight to you and think, but you're the fucking problem. There would be a level of that in all of you because you're human. In your world, it is run and guided by the white people. Right? Which wasn't even true, actually. It was guided by the Chinese, which don't have yellow skins, by the way. This again is games that are being played here in South Africa where they cast shit over me. And no, it's not the Sangomas. It's more like the Drie Suster Kerker. Bitter mense. Mense wat dit net nie kan vat nie. Dat hierdie fucking ou, die seun van God is. Maar hulle is nie dom nie, so hulle kan nou sien vir hulle eie oogies. Die hele wêreld is liefies vir my. Is net julle fucking mense wat my kak gee elke Woensdag. So I'll burn you fuckers. I'll put you up on Facebook, and if you disappear, that's not my problem. Right? But I can promise you the time will come where I will come to you and I'm going to make sure you disappear. You will be on our side or you will not be here at all. And we can already see it. That's just it. We can already see it. There is a difference in class, a very real difference now. Don't judge those that haven't had this ministered to them yet. But there is something different. Okay? People are standing up. Okay? Listen to that music and tell me that these are the same artists that were here 2 years ago. They're not. Not just Taylor. There's Method Man. His whole flow has changed. Redman too. Lady XO. I mean, damn. Okay? Look at Madonna. What she looks like. Right? Go take a good look at what she looks like. Go look at Reese Witherspoon. And tell me that these ladies are a reflection of their age. And then tell me again that what I said last year already, hasn't started happening. Those that get through the shit earn the right to keep your body. Do you think we're all going to want to walk around as fucking cripples? No. So, understand, if you are not on our side, we will see you as an enemy. Because you are our hunting pleasure. And we'll hunt you. Right? The reason things are running so smoothly worldwide, and again, I can promise you, as good as China are, they are not that good. Because we've had many arguments, China and I, about how the fuck do we roll this back? How do we roll this back? In the beginning, the captain, I don't know how he even made it. His heart must be... The captain is somebody very special from China that I formed a very real bond with. The captain and the lieutenant. Okay? The captain and the lieutenant. They were the ones that my parents chose to train me. And let me tell you now, if you have a Japanese and a Chinese person training you, you are in the worst place possible. Okay? They are not human. Right? It is hardcore. Okay? It is hardcore. What is even more hardcore is the fact that I am training them while allowing them to believe they're training me. See? And then what's even more hardcore is Dad says, I'm training Julian to train them, even though they believe they're training Julian and he believes he's training them. So yes, unfortunately, West, there's been a lot of stuff that's been hidden from you. So prepare yourself to actually meet China. There's a reason that they do that. Because they don't want you to see who they really are. They're far advanced. It's not a joke. Now, they can read you. They can do crazy things. I realized the yellow skin. So whose fault is that actually? It's China's. My choice to say it, but the words that I'm using are programmed into me by them for a reason. Many reasons. The fact is, I realized that, number one, not all girls that side look like that, okay? Okay. Number two, the fact that there are girls that look like that. Because think about it, man. When do we ever see Chinese, Japanese, or Korean women? We saw Lucy Lee, I can't remember her name. Chinese Angel. Sorry. And that's it. That's all we saw. No, I'm talking about the woman. The last time I saw Chinese women, usually, well, was in Bridget Jones's Diary, where they're all sitting in a Thai jail. That's my perspective of a Chinese woman. See? Which is not our fault. What I realize is, listen, chaps, that's just it. See? So, it wasn't that. It was more of a forced thing that they just became accustomed to. But the royal families in China are a lot bigger than what they're telling you. There's houses. So they have a lot more comfort spirit-wise than what the West has. No one has what Julian has. Let's be honest, no one has that. There is one. And you will know him because signs and wonders will follow wherever he goes. He will what? Charm the nations, test the nations, lay low the kings of the earth, blah, 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 blah. He will hand it over to the Father and he will rule this world with an iron scepter. Scepter, why scepter? Kerke, manna, the ones that actually bother listening. A scepter was what was in Egypt. See the correlation? Where the Pharaoh had his hands over. The truth is, that's what frustrates me now, most of all. Because there is a level of that, yes. And not really. Not really. Because I think it's deeper than that. It's what you don't understand. So, when I explain it to you, the reason I'm explaining it to you is because of your arrogant kind of that's why. If I was sitting down in Rannenberg and the same thing happened and I explained it to somebody, it wouldn't be based on that. Something that I haven't learned yet. To be completely neutral. Right? As long as anything in this world can affect you, you haven't reached full neutrality. Maybe, I don't know, who cares? I don't want to be here for the rest of my life. I want to go and explore things. I'm also very careful with allowing myself to be detracted. With the level of intelligence that I encountered with regard to a possible girlfriend, let's start there, which is normal, it's very cool. So it blew my mind. No, because you wouldn't understand. Sorry, chaps. So I would like to go, right? We are currently under martial law. One of the reasons I did what I did when I orchestrated events to have the army put in the locations. I did that for a reason. Now, this is important for the Broederbond because you do this regularly, like with those signs and such. That was me sending you a very strong signal that we are united. And if you try anything against us, we will slaughter your whole nation as a result. We do this as an retaliation to certain things that have been done over the last few days. Not just to me, to others too. Okay? So again, please understand to people like Stephen Claassen or Martin, okay, or Alvin van Sale, because these guys are decent chaps, okay? Please understand that this is not what I want to do. But again, this is not going to be us sitting here waiting for you to kill us like sheep. Sorry, Buddha. Dit gaan nie so werk. So now, Afrikaner, you will understand that I put you into groups like I do with the black people. Because there's tribes, and that's where you start at your base. Before you're a South African, you're an Afrikaner first. If you can't get that fucking right, you'll never be a South African. If I want to be a South African, I need to get being a white right first. Okay? Then I can start to own my identity as a South African. These are logical processes one goes through. So, apologies. Please understand that has to be said and followed through on if need be. Because unfortunately, we have a lot, and I'm talking millions, that would be willing to fight even now, not fully understanding the situation. Because most of these people are actually quite stupid. Because contrary to the belief that the Afrikaner is so fucking great and intelligent, if you look at half of their nation, they live on fucking farms and grow food. Right? They're not doctors and lawyers and this and that and this and that. So I wonder why that is. They've done the same thing to them that China did to them. Their people. The same thing has happened. Okay? So you have worlds within worlds, wheels within wheels. Okay? And it takes time to align them, to form a stargate. See, that's something funny that I would chuckle with. Madonna, yes, because she would get it instantly. Stargate. A star that G8 out. Yes, down there. That's just random. So yes, because she knows I'm not a pig. Okay? She knows I'm not a pig. She knows. And it's important for me to have her know that she's still just as gorgeous as she was 20 years ago. Okay? And I want her to know that a fucking man actually sees what a woman goes through. Maybe just a fractal piece to give her hope again, so she can start to birth certain things out of America to the rest of the world. This is people I've raised up. But again, I'm locked here. As my journey progresses, I move around the world in 80 days. Okay? If you've now gone through the Bible, then yes, you'll start to understand the English Bible has a whole load of Afrikaans words in it. Somehow. A shitload of Afrikaans words. Okay? The signs are there. The wonders, what is the signs and wonders, do you think? No. Let me just explain. The wonders are the perplexed feelings after you've engaged with me, or after we've done a battle and it's turned around and gone straight up your puss. So yes, we're going to be teaching the black people how this game works. And I am going to say certain things, and it is going to aggravate you. But this is how we train. Okay? This is how we train. So please take what I've said tonight again and listen to it over and over so that you can understand the tactics of your enemy. Because ultimately, what the RVB are using are your own abilities to fuck you. Right? Just remember that. If you do not react, no, you have to heal so that it doesn't bring out that reaction. If there is an emotion that comes up, there's a reason for that. Okay? It's because somewhere along the line you've believed a lie. Yes. And when they say that to you, not on some level, you believe what they say. And it hurts you. If somebody walked past and said you're an owl, or you're a sheep, no, it's not you sheep, you're a butterfly, it has no meaning to you. Or you're a monkey, now all of a sudden you're angry. See, it's programming. Oh, look at you, man, you're a clock. You're a watch. That's how it should feel. The fact that that has an effect on you is because of the shit that you've got going on within you. That's the only way it can affect you. And even then, it's a choice that you make to be affected by it. You can choose to acknowledge and let it go immediately, or hold on to it because you believe it. It's time for black people in South Africa to learn what it is to be proud of yourselves. You see, that's how we start to teach each other self-respect again. Because the white people have had the same attack done to them. They've had it drilled into them that they are the worst things on the planet. That we are these terrible monsters that killed all the black people and destroyed South Africa, when that is actually not the fucking truth at all. So fuck you for that. They've divided us both so that a little group of elite fucks can control us here. No. But you see, you don't seem to understand Mr. Lates and Bates and Potgieter and Villanone. This was a setup from the start, you stupid fucks. Go look at all your street names, you idiots. Everything, every aspect of South Africa. Every aspect of South Africa, leave it. Okay? Every aspect of South Africa was set up for the one that was going to come here because people had information about that. The cradle of humankind. Okay? So it's time to start to really organize the older generation and start to explain to them what this means. Okay? We're giving you some leeway here. That is what is happening. EFF are going to take over. You're done. This will be your final term. It's finished. Sorry. But you have failed miserably. And be grateful that half of you don't end up dead for what you've done. Okay? I want the minimum wage changed. You might think 20,000 Rand is a lot of money. It's nothing. It is nothing. Right? You can't live on 20,000 Rand. You can just get by. It's minimum wage. So if that's where we need to start before we can actually get to a place where you can live, then that's where we'll start. Okay? 20,000 Rand a month. Okay? And maybe that will help ease the shit that we go through every night. And when I say we, I speak for them. Those people that stay in the Khasis. So as grateful as I am that I have a house here, I would not want to be in a tin shack in Mamelodi. It's hectic. It's hectic. I am not going to pretend like I want to be there. Or I would go there and be happy. No, it's fucking hectic. So, again, you would expect this from the apartheid because that's who they are. Okay? But Jesus Christ, ANC, you have the power to stand up now. You got the power to voting that gave you a key in. That's all you needed. Once you had all you people in the office, you could have started learning Umkhonto weSizwe style. Well, you know most of these people you can't trust. It's not the white man. Because not all whites are like this. These are elite fucks that propagate this sort of thing. And if there is some Aryan race, I will meet you soon. But you already know because the people at the top understand the spirit world very well. They've already bowed to me a long time ago. So again, I'm going to remind South Africa because fuck it, it's frustrating when I speak to one of you that know me and yet when I mention speaking to people overseas or whatever, you act in a perplexed manner as if, no, I'm crazy. Fuck you people, man. Like, I'm over this shit, right? I want to do an interview with Pretoria News. I think you owe me that much. And that these two arseholes can be made fully aware of who I am, if they're not already. Okay? They're about to make me force. No, they were going to. And something's happened. I would like to believe that Cyril Ramaphosa has done something. So I'll pray on it and I will see what my father says. And then we'll act accordingly. Because ultimately, he is the president. He was not going to be the next president and he knows that. Because I told him the next king will be a Zulu. The Khoisan didn't fucking come from anywhere here. So those two fucks that came there and tried to make shit can piss off back to wherever the fuck they come from. Okay? The Zulu bought this land with their blood. Okay? By blood. They fought and they earned the right to rule over this kingdom. And when you think of a Zulu like that, when you remember him, even the whites, because you would have picked up the collective intelligence of the black people around here. Every fucking tribe knew that if you fucked the Zulus off, it was done. There were tribes that ran up past Jazini into the fucking mountains. Never mind the Songas that ran. The Shona and Ndebele are forgotten tribes of Israel too. The person working with me, her name Hamzim. And he said, Shona. Now, you're telling me that they can evolve to that and we stuck here like this. Because until recently, I was exactly the same. By the grace of God, when he took me and said, now is the time to stand up, I started to do very specific things. I didn't immediately get to this place. And yes, I have been honest. I am racist, but not towards anybody else but an Afrikaner. Because never had issues. I don't even give a fuck about BEE, man. BEE. Can I tell you the real reason why they create BEE? Because we're going to abolish that. Okay? It's not to help you. This again needs to be written down and explained to the elders. People of influence, not little Zuma boy that thinks he knows what it's like to grow up in a fucking shithole prison that you hate every day. knowing that you've got no fucking future because the life that you've come into, you're assigned a little pigeonhole right at the bottom of everything. Fuck you, bro. I will train thugs up that will run your fucking cities if that's your answer. We will be so far ahead of your law enforcement, and then I will regress you like I've already started to do. To the point where you won't even be able to type a bloody keyboard letter. So things are going to change drastically. Okay, we're going to start to work out some very real boundaries for the three musketeers. And we are going to start to run things now because you are not doing that. And we are also living here. Okay? Some of us don't actually want to move. We're happy where we are. We have our wives and our kids with us. Okay? Right? And Julian is fucking right. This is M. Julian is right. We pay your fucking salaries. Both salaries. Fuck, everyone knows it. So what the fuck? Why hide it? Okay? Welcome to the real world, Earth. Sorry, we weren't perfect. We are trying now, though. Because we are evolving. Exactly. That's how you own it. See? But make it clear. This is not a power struggle. My God, I will come down on you. I don't care who you are, where you are, what the fuck you are. Okay? I do not care. I implore you to take a look at some of the people that have fucked with me over my life and the bad things that have started happening to them. Bad things. From what I heard in House Benjamin, that Serenity place, that place burnt down, apparently. I went to a home school that was really nasty to me. In the second year, the home school closed down. They went bankrupt. I joined Microsoft and the CEO ran away. I joined Samplex, the CEO also ran away. Went to Thailand. So whatever dodgy business with defense contracts, ran away. Just by me being there, I uncovered the syndicate running there in Microsoft Bryanston. Embezzling money. And I linked it to another company, Manpower, and how they've replicated that little model in other areas of their sphere of influence. So yes, while you are all stalking me in the bush with your ghillie suits, your khaki boss pants, and your veldschoenen, this is what I was doing. You see now where you become an irritation, okay? Which is also something that your culture doesn't want to feel. Because you want to feel needed. You need to feel needed because you've cheated your way through life. That's why you have that empty, hollow feeling. Because you've not earned it. So, again, you are lying to your own troops on top of this. Right? Again, if you people are seeing Jesus, if you people are seeing my name everywhere, if you are seeing, you should start to tell them the other things too. They are repeating sometimes verbatim words that I say, sayings that I've got. The hug of Taylor Swift, that is the hug that I was doing up to the satellites that I said were there. Right, they've seen the shit. No, I don't hate Taylor, okay? I believe she's probably also been through hell. At the end of the day, she's a tough girl, okay? She's sitting on a nice 400 million rand for $400 million nest egg, and she has a life, right? I have to focus on doing some other stuff while she gets to do that. I'm sure she can handle a post every now and again from a person she'll probably never meet. Okay? Okay. So, thank you for hopefully stepping up your game. Now again, this proves my point, ANC. Why Cyril's doing a cabinet reshuffle. It's wise for him to do something like that now. And again, I'm sorry that you were not trained properly to do the job that you are required to do. But unfortunately, the lack of investment in human progress as a person, mentally, spiritually, has left you in a position where you are currently uneligible to perform the job required. Okay? This is common sense. This is logic. It has nothing to do with race. And the fact that that even comes up in you as the first thing is exactly why you need to leave. Because you cannot even get over that. If you can't even get over that crap inside of you, that's not my fault that's there. That's you projecting your shit onto me. Right? Then we get that straight. Okay? If someone calls you a monkey and they go to jail for that, that means that thing inside of you has grown to a point that it's consumed your life. Right? I suggest at that point you start to take account of your life because you're not healthy anymore. Okay? You are causing shit for yourselves because you forget that you are being carried as a nation currently. Half of you are unemployed. No, a nation. I'm using that example that you have just brought up. Yes, Ramaphosa. I never said blacks. I said they. You assumed that I said that in a negative way. And I'm using that as an example to show you the mentality and the conflict of interests. Huh? That is China thinking, Jesus, Jules, well done. Because I've earned this. I wasn't like this at all. I've worked freaking hard. Okay? So again, number one, step up your game. Okay? I'll talk to the old man. We'll get the fiber. I'm grateful for that deal. Thank you. That really helps. You, Cyril, can see that there's shit going on here. I need some military presence just to remind the little Dutchman around here who's sitting in this house. And then I think it's time for South Africa's elite, because I don't think the elite are fully aware of who I am. Okay? You don't come to me, you don't approach me. I'm not interested in you in sexual ways. I don't need a fucking girlfriend. I am fine with my Godhead. I have my own fun. I will have a wife, but I do not want a South African girl. I'm sorry. I don't want a South African girl. I'll help you ladies. Bless you ladies. It's fine. For me, I have got my own preferences. Okay? And now I'm saying that to say this. I don't want a girl right now. I am that focused on what I need to do. If I am blessed enough to have found a Japanese woman that looks like that and has that attitude and that energy, then Jesus Christ, I'm a blessed man. But I cannot live in the future dealing with false hope that breeds as a result when nothing happens. Yes, a valuable lesson that I learned the hard way. Not because of Taylor, but because of me not realizing things and doing things in a more efficient manner. So, I'm not going to own shit. Right? I don't need to own shit. To shit. Okay? No. Anyway. I did what I did because that was my journey. My path. Okay? My path. No one else's. Mine. We are all still here. We are different and things are happening because of what I have done. I initialized each step. I took the first step, then you took the step. I took the first step, then you took the step. That's what happened. That's what's happened since you started following me all these years back. Don't forget that. Okay? Don't forget that. Because I've earned my fucking birthright. And this is important for the occult. Now, let's get this straight. Little covens of Satanism down in Durban and wherever else. Little covens of South Africa. You are not the occult. You are little coven cults. Little witches. Little witches. You are the equivalent of Taylor Swift's widow. Okay? Understand that. Right? Unfortunately, Julian is not aware of his power. And yes, he did open things up and fuck the whole of Wonderwood Park and Waterkloof up. No, that's just it. That's just it, which made us fucking jealous. The spirit took certain people and left all the rest. It's weird. Things you don't tell you. They can't. Because you don't know how to speak to them. They do speak to you and they guide you. But don't. They're channeling to me right now. They really did. If you look at this house, the whole fucking house has been set up by spirits. Everything. Every aspect of this house is spirit. The way we've put the herbs, let's take a picture. And then there's codes on even on that. The tiles, every tile is counted for specific reasons. We've showed you some of the stuff outside that was there. This whole thing. The colors used, everything. Even the slats of the blinds are counted. There, the tiles used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 666. Right? Everything in this house. So again, please sort it out. The Telkom is fucked. What do we do, Ramaphosa? Do you just ignore me? Right? They won't top us up. I can't do a top up. The reason I can't do a top up is because they say the account already exists. Somebody's already, but we don't. They won't give us any passwords. No, the same bullshit. You've got those fucking. So I have uncovered yet another group of people working for these fucks. I did that on my own. Not you fuckers. I did that. It's time to really pull your socks up, South Africa. Right? I don't want to be associated with fuck-ups. There's a lot of us in this country that are ready to roll. Okay? We're really ready to roll. And it's getting to the point where something is going to need to be done soon. And it will happen. The four corners, the four winds that are held back at the moment, right? They will be released. And that's when this country will change in the twinkling of an eye. You don't want that to happen. Right? As much as I use it or I don't want to see that happen either. But if that needs to happen for this country to be pushed, give a little push like Jungle Brothers. Push for one little push for all mankind. Then that's what's going to happen. So you could start to experience some of the ramifications. There are going to be cash and transit heists, and you can blame it on me. You follow what you get led. I will guide you in how you do it. And you will fuck these trucks up. I want your police officers to understand their place. Do you see why I said that? They will wait 20 minutes. 20 minutes. There's a reason for that number. Ask the Broederbond. 20 minutes before they're allowed to leave. I will eventually find out who's left before then, and they will be shot. It's that quick. Okay? Your people group are in a lot of trouble. You are the people group that have state captured South Africa. So for anybody that is still with us and still saying that that's not true, then really, please put a bullet through your head, because your brain is useless. Freaking useless. I've proved it without a doubt that there is a state capture that's here. The fact that I'm going to Dr. Grobler and Frikkie Grobler and all the doctors are Afrikaans. It's a fucking state capture. Julian is spot on. He's that. Spot on. So the black people have purposely been programmed in certain ways that keep them at a level, and they stop growing as a people. This is what they did to people in Egypt too. Slaves and stuff were not allowed to read. They were not allowed to be taught how to read. Things like that. That's why the Joseph thing is crap. See? Because Potiphar would never allow Joseph to read his plans. He doesn't need Joseph like that. If Joseph was a slave, they wouldn't even sit at the same table. When you really start to understand the Bible, you realize there's a lot of bullshit mixed in it. But things that would have meant stuff to people at that time. Going from hero to zero, or zero to hero. That's what we call it now. Going from zero to hero. Going from the prison cell to Pharaoh's number 2 would have been the equivalent back then. See? So, take some time to understand how things work, because it's called creator language. There is a language that the creators are speaking to us. And it evolves us because it requires us to use different parts of our perspective, our brains. The whole world is caught on. Well, most of the world. Most of the world. So we've had huge shit in Europe where old families have been knocked off their perch. Old families that thought they would never get. You've had Zuma, which has been a talisman for this RVB fucking shit that they've been doing in jail. You know why we put him in a jail in escort? Again, it's sending a message that he prostituted out himself and South Africa to the RVB. You see how this is where we should be thinking, and we don't even have that in us to think like that yet. But we will soon, because I'm teaching you. My parents are working with you. My spirit is with you. Start it up, boys, and make it big. Make a scene. 20 minutes. Don't trust me. Trust that they'll probably come as usual. And then you'll see what we do. It's a curse that we've put on the whole of SAPS. The whole of SAPS. Every level. Up and down. Will be affected. Because you're a unit. and you cannot get that. So now you will be put into a situation where you will learn that, and it will be more severe. And this will be a template, my dear, of how we will go forward. You will either comply, or the situations that you face will get more severe. And that are based on what? The Afrikaans. Well done. As je nie wil luister nie. You see the way I'm making it feel, I don't have to beat him. Do you realize when you hit your child that you psychologically damage? There is psychological damage done to your child's brain, and I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. The cortisol that is released and other chemicals chemically prime your child's brain. Don't tell me it's not. You fucking idiots. From South African doctors. Like Harvard and them are laughing because it is exactly that. Regressed, even the whites. So, what were we supposed to do? I can't even remember. Anyway, that's my address to the nation. Thank you, Ramaphosa, for bearing with me. Apologies for the outburst and all of that. At the moment, it's very difficult to know who to trust. I don't get any comments from you guys, right? That's not my fault, right? All the messages that I'm getting, well, you've done, non-Goma have started. But other than that, nothing. Okay? CNN, BBC, and yes, that the rest of the world has started in a big way, but not, I haven't seen, yeah. So please understand that I'm on the defensive. I've got these people switching their alarms off and on, but it has slowed down, so that's passed out. Sharice is getting away with murder. Right, I need that number blocked somehow. She can't keep calling here. Right? The fact that I'm in this position where I've been thrown onto the street and you allowing this is unacceptable.